From the Queen City, we're live inside Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's the finale of this 4-game set between the San Diego Padres and the Cincinnati Reds. San Diego attempt to end a 6-game losing streak. Next. Scott Kazmir is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. One good game, one bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone. A 2-run home run off the bat of Will Myers. 24 home runs for him on the season as the Padres have taken a 2-0 lead.
Well, they were smart not to challenge him with a fastball, but it didn't matter. He's their big dog for a reason, so he waited, stayed back, and absolutely exploded through the zone on that one.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Hunter Renfroe, and he's a strong candidate for Rookie of the Year honors. If he can avoid a collapse here in the final months, it's been a great first campaign in the big leagues for him so far. And it's gone as they add still another. Hunter Renfroe leaves the yard with a solo shot, and even 20 home runs for him now thus far, and the Friars have moved out in front 3-0.
Boy, not the way he'd like to start a game.
Ready now for Cincinnati, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Guerrero.
First pitch coming, here it is. Late swing, but he's still able to get a lot of this one out toward deep right field. Maybe not, as this stays up in the air long enough to be hauled in out there. False alarm, and that ends the inning. It's quite possible the humidity has finally taken its toll on some of the fans. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon Business Person Special following this. Digging in for his second at-bat, Vladimir Guerrero. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Vladimir Guerrero.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Skied into very shallow right. Renfroe is over. And the inning is over. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man's complete. Padres lead it 3-1. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Yangervis Solarte. It was a walk in his last trip.
Solarte.
Skied into air. 2 down. Digging in to try it again, Hunter Renfroe. He'll look to light a spark under this lineup that hasn't found the scoreboard since back in the first inning.
Yeah, and for me, the story has been the starting pitching they faced. It's been very difficult to rebound and, quite frankly, dominate after getting roughed up a bit in the first inning of a start. So I'll give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do.
Guerrero is there, and he'll bring this one in. Ready for another shot now, Alex Dickerson. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. The windup and the 0-1. Pulled toward right center field. Calling for it, Guerrero. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Digging in once again, Vladimir Guerrero will start things off here for Cincinnati with Joey Votto to follow next. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Renfroe has a play, and that's the first out of the inning. Ready once again, Vladimir Guerrero. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there, to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo, tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Now a throw over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. 3 runs already home here. Runner goes for second. Sent on the ground out to second. On to first, and Votto's gone for out number 2. Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett, trying to add some padding to their lead in the form of that run standing out there at second base. And now the runner's trying for third. Pitch outside, the throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
Pretty unusual decision to swipe third with 2 outs in the inning. It's a big risk, especially with the lefty hitter up there, and the benefit isn't all that great, but he made it work out.
6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error on the ledger for Cincinnati so far. 2 balls and a strike to Gennett. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Couldn't wait back, a swing and a miss. On and miss, strike 3. So they pick up 3 runs on only 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Reds 6 and the Padres 4.
Excellent work putting the finishing touches on this one. Picking up save number 30 now on the year. Nice job from him.
6-4 the outcome today. Cincinnati jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Adam Warren gets the win in relief, his 6th of the season. Raisel Iglesias wraps it up for the save, his 30th. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. It's a Fish Fry Friday in the parking lot, and we'll have baseball from Miller Park in Milwaukee tonight. The first of this 3-game weekend series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. Major League Baseball on the Show starts now. Junior Guerra, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he can throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA under 4 in baseball. He's slightly over that, but this guy's a better pitcher than that ERA indicates.
Guerrero.
First delivery to him on the way. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Broxton going back, still ranging back. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. Solo shot to right center. 29 home runs for him on the year. As the Reds strike first, it's 1-0.
I can tell you one thing, you might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
Digging in, Vladimir Guerrero. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
The last at-bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
No balls and a strike to count. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Broxton's under it. He makes the play. Runner tags and hits for third. And he'll get into third here on the fly out, so he's 90 feet away here with one gone. Striding in once again, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Popped him up. And this is taken in for out number 1. Next for Milwaukee, Keon Broxton. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
Keon Broxton.
This is in the air to right. Moving under it, Guerrero. And that's the third out. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. On to the back third tonight. Stick around on the show. Leading off the inning, Vladimir Guerrero. And they'll need him to get something going here.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Skied into straightaway right. Santana moves over. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. It seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1 the final score. The Milwaukee Brewers used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back. Junior Guerra earns his 5th winner of the year as he finishes 7 innings with only 2 hits allowed. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com. Saturday night baseball here on the show as we welcome you to Miller Park in Milwaukee. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. Stay tuned for Brewers baseball next. Brent Suter gets the start for Milwaukee in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we're looking at a real solid starting pitcher right here. You take a look at that ERA, anywhere between 3.5 and 4. But I'll tell you what he does know how to do. He knows how to get people out, and he can minimize the damage. He knows how to control the running game. He does a lot of things right. And if he does all those things, expect a real solid performance in this one.
So coming to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. He's definitely a long ball threat. Currently 3rd in the National League in that category. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Broxton's under it. And he makes the catch for the second out. A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds. Stepping into the box, Ryan Braun. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. VR stands at first with 1 out. Skied into straightaway right. Guerrero waits on it. And that's the second out of the inning. Time now for a look at the hometown Brewers starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
You know, I can't wait to see if Stephen Vogt can keep it going. He's certainly a guy to watch out there in this lineup. Everything he does makes them click.
And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Hit the other way out toward right field. Guerrero sprinting after it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. Ready for another chance? Vladimir Guerrero. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Guerrero.
Here comes the first pitch. Popped him up. Perez moving to his left. 2 gone. Digging in now for the Brewers, Hernan Perez. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Hernan Perez.
Fly ball out to right field. Guerrero has a read on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Digging in, Vladimir Guerrero. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lifted in the air out to center field. Broxton's under it. He hauls it in, and the potential go-ahead run will not come around to score. Reds leave 1. Halfway home, still no score. And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here now the 2-2. Heading out towards shallow right. Guerrero on the move. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. The 2010 NL MVP Joey Votto will start us out when we come back. 5 innings complete, and we still have no score.
Leading off for the Brewers, right fielder, Domingo.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Guerrero on the move, 1 away. So a runner at second, 2 down now, and that'll bring forth the great slugging left fielder Ryan Braun. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Guerrero is in pursuit, and he brings it down to end the inning as the go-ahead run is left stranded. Milwaukee leaves 1, still no score. Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Vladimir Guerrero.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. High and deep to straightaway right. Looking up is Brinson. It's gone. They've taken the lead in the 8th. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field as they've taken a 2-run lead.
Boy, when this guy gets in a groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him in bunches. Hit a home run in last night's game, and if they continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate, look out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
Digging in, Ryan Braun. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Now the 2-1 pitch. And this is in the air to right, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch there to end it, and the Reds have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and we knew he was in a groove from the first inning, and he just kept this thing rolling and rolling and rolling. They couldn't get anything going against him. A dominant performance with a complete game shutout.
This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. The Reds came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Scott Feldman earns his team-leading 11th win. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show. MLB The Show has baseball now on a Sunday afternoon at Miller Park in Milwaukee. Today it's the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. Major League Baseball on the Show is next. Jimmy Nelson, the right-hander out of the state of Oregon, gets the ball in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Here's a guy that numbers can be a little bit deceiving. He has a whip in the 1.3 area and above range. It's a little higher than league average. He's been a little bit inconsistent. One good game, one bad game, but don't let that whip fool you. This guy's a much better pitcher than that. And if he brings his A game, he could be awfully tough in this one.
In now for the Reds, Vladimir Guerrero. He's a long ball threat, of course, currently number 4 in the National League home run race. First pitch of the at-bat. Popped him up. VR is calling for it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. And a moment now to glance at the Reds lineup card in this one. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, I'm a bit concerned about Billy Hamilton right now. Last month, he turned in less than 20 hits. He's just been real inconsistent. That's not terrible, but it's not good.
Striding in, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll get it started against Jimmy Nelson as we get the inning underway.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Aguilar backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Hit the other way out toward right field. Moving under it, Guerrero. And that's the second out of the inning. So digging in now, Stephen Vogt. His lifetime numbers against Bailey. He's gone 2 for 6. He's taken him deep once. Now the 2-1 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Guerrero has a read on it. And that retires the side. And something about this outing so far is beginning to look awfully familiar, especially in regards to that hit column. We're back to Wisconsin right after this. So striding forward now, Vladimir Guerrero. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Suarez leads off first with 1 away. There's a swing and a high pop-up. VR over to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well,
digging in now, Jesus Aguilar is out here for the Brewers in their half of the 6th.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time.
In there for extra bases, and there goes the perfect game. And the Brewers get a man into scoring position on the leadoff double. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base.
Settling in now, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8. Now here's the pitch. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Brinson is right there. And very quickly, 1 gone.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was really dominant. No complaints here.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. The Cincinnati Reds rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Homer Bailey earned his 9th win of the year as he finishes 7 innings with only 2 hits allowed. Jimmy Nelson pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Raisel Iglesias earns the save out of the bullpen, his 31st of the campaign. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head over to theshownation.com. Now baseball under the lights of Wrigley Field in Chicago. Tonight it's the first of 4 between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. Jose Quintana is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Stepping up to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. He's a long ball threat, of course, currently number 4 in the National League home run race. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Hayward has a read on it. And that's the third out. Reds are down. The next Cub up, Ben Zobrist. And a great chance here for the Cubbies to add on in just the first inning.
Ben Zobrist.
Fly ball out toward right field. Catch is made. Runner tagging from third. 1 run scores. And the run is in to score from second. It's a 3-0 game. Striding in once again, Anthony Rizzo reached on an error and then eventually scored in his first at-bat.
Rizzo.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Guerrero waits on it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Cubs strand 1. They lead it 3-0. Digging in for his second at-bat, Addison Russell. He drew a walk his first time up. Zobrist leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Hit the other way out toward right field. Guerrero moves over. Nope. 1 left for the Cubs, but they lead it 3-0. Ready for another chance? Vladimir Guerrero. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Takes this the other way to right. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Taking another look at it, the ball has some topspin on it, but he's on the full run and dives to make the catch. Nice defensive play right there.
Digging in once again, Vladimir Guerrero. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop up. Zobrist is under it, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Cincinnati. They trail it here 3-0. Ready for another shot now. Chris Bryant. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA. And what is he doing? He shows up, Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Guerrero moves over, makes the play, 1 away. Digging in to try it again, Vladimir Guerrero. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lifted in the air out to right. Hayward giving chase. And he tracks it down. And this ball game is over.
Wow, not only are complete games rare in this day and age of Major League Baseball, but a complete game shutout. This guy was in total command from the first inning through the 9th. Totally dominant in this one.
And tonight's ends as a 3-0 shutout win. The Cubs hosted a 3-run first to propel them to the win. Jose Quintana picks up his team-leading 13th win. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com. Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley Field. Tonight, the second of 4 between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. 2 of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Kyle Hendricks, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's ERA. Any ERA under 4 is pretty good in this day and age of baseball when we have all these high-scoring, high-flying affairs. This guy knows how to pitch. He knows how to control the running game. And most importantly, he's not afraid to throw strikes. We'll see how he does in this one.
At the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. He's definitely a long ball threat. Currently 3rd in the National League in that category. Line toward the alley in left center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Reds. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night.
Anthony Rizzo.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Guerrero giving chase. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Nothing in the Cubby first. On to the second now from Wrigley with no score. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. Right at $2.30 with the batting average coming into this one, so it's mostly been a struggle for him. That softly hit to right. Will that get down? Under it, Jeanette. And there are 2 away now. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vladimir Guerrero. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring.
Ready now for Cincinnati, Vladimir Guerrero. Runner in scoring position with two gone. He's set. Here it comes. Popped him up. Contreras is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Reds leave one, but they're on top 2-0. Here's Ben Zobrist now. His career line against Kazmir. He's just 2 for 12.
Zobrist.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Skied into straightaway right. Moving under it, Guerrero. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, shortstop, Anderson.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And Jeanette will make the catch, and that'll be that. But not before the lone hit in the inning, the solo home run. Pedro Strop will come on to make his 40th appearance this season.
Number 46.
In now for the Reds, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8. Pitch on the way. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Back goes Hayward to the track, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And the Reds get a man into scoring position on the leadoff double.
That was a pretty good fastball, and it almost got by him, but he's able to slap it in the gap in the right center field. Because of the velocity off the bat, the outfielders couldn't cut it off in time and allowed him to cruise into second really easy.
In is Joey Votto now. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Throw on to first in time, one away. Ready now, Zach Cozart. He flew out in his last at-bat. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Swinging a soft liner. Throw to the plate. And not in time as the run scores. Here's Jason Hayward now. Lifetime against Drew Storen. He's only 2 for 10.
Jason Hayward.
The windup and the 0-1. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one. He will score, and the deficit is down to only 1 now.
Boy, the home fans are loving that inside the Parker. Looked like he was carrying a piano around his back when he rounded third.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. First offering on its way. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. And he goes with the pitch here and drives it the other way to deep right. Hayward looks up into the bleachers and gone. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Number 31 for him on the season. And just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Well, any insurance run you can put on the board this late in the game feels like 2 runs. That's how important they are. They're up 3 now and only need 3 more outs to end this one.
Now
Cubs are down to their final strike here.
Victor.
And this is in the air to right, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch there to end it, and the Reds have come back to even up this 4-game series at a game apiece as this one is over.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
5-2 the final score tonight. The Cincinnati Reds took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Scott Kazmir earned his 5th win of the year as he racked up 10 strikeouts in the effort. Raisel Iglesias hammers down the save, his 32nd of the season. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Great job today.